Hello everyone, welcome back. You know, the way this country is going when it comes to the ability to express oneself, the ability to say what you think, it's really worrying because we've seen so many cases of people ending up in prison purely for expressing an opinion online that doesn't go with the established narrative that they're trying to push on all of us. You know, back in the day, if you said something about somebody which was potentially reputation damaging or, well, libelous, then the very simple thing is you will get sued. End of story. And then you would have to pay the opposing party a significant amount of damages, depending on the damage that was done to them reputationally. Obviously, the laws work differently here with regard to defamation than they do in America. But that's not exactly the way things work anymore, is it? It's gone somewhere else. Now, speaking as somebody that's on the internet and has a presence, you have individuals online who will decide that they're going to make up stories about you. They're going to say the most heinous things, and they will repeat them again and again and again. And when you get that kind of level of behaviour, then you are approaching criminality, really, and then something may have to be done about it. I mean, I've got paperwork here from where I've had issues in the past, that thick in some cases, whereby the individual concerned should really be behind a door for their own good as well as everybody else's. But you have to make a choice, don't you? But let's not go too far down that road. Let's park that there for a second and let's go back to an individual comment, something you say, an isolated comment that's, you know, completely off the wall and would get you sued. Would it necessarily get you behind bars? Well, have a look at this here. This picture of a judge, isn't it? And it came out in the news yesterday that Joey Barton, and we all know that he was famously really got himself in a bit of grief for calling Jeremy Vine something rather nasty, starting with bike and ending with an N-word. I'll let you think about the rest. And he went on to, you know, make some rather questionable comments about other people as well. It's crazy because in a free and open society, he should be open to do so. But he also needs to understand that there are consequences to what you say, along with anyone else. It's like if somebody called me that and it was reputationally damaging, I will sue you. That's where it should be, a civil matter, not, you know, the way things are going. And we see so many instances. Well, as I said, things didn't end very well for Joey Barton. Have a listen to this video.
Given the gravity, persistence and impact of this offending, I have no doubt that neither a fine alone nor a community order can be justified, and that the custody threshold is crossed. There will be concurrent terms of imprisonment for each of these associated offences, the sentences for each reflecting your overall offending and recognising the principle of totality. However, applying the imposition guideline and carrying out the required balancing exercise, I'm satisfied that it's not necessary for those custodial terms to be served immediately. In light of the steps you have taken, I am persuaded that there is some prospect of rehabilitation, that an immediate custodial sentence is not required to protect either the public or the victims, and that a suspended sentence order may itself operate as a deterrent against any future offending by you. For each of these offences, I impose a suspended sentence order of 18 months duration. On counts 2 and 4, the racially aggravated offences, there will be custodial terms of 6 months, and on counts 6, 8, 9 and 10, custodial terms of 4 months, all such terms to run concurrently, and all suspended for a period of 18 months. If during that 18-month period you commit any further offence, whether or not of the same type, you will be brought back before the court, and it is likely that you will be required to serve some or all of that total 6-month period. That, of course, is not an end of the matter. For the next 12 months, you will be subject to a rehabilitation activity requirement of up to 20 days, and you are required to complete 200 hours of unpaid work in the community.
I've actually had recent legal experience, not me personally, just something I've been involved in, where you hear the words, the custody threshold has been passed, which means you're going to get sent down. And in this case, Joey Barton has got 6 months prison sentence for, effectively opening this. And really, should it have been 6 months? Should this have remained a civil matter? Is this another example of Starmer's Britain, this communist environment that we're now finding ourselves living in? It's nuts, isn't it? I say 6 months. It's been suspended for 18 months. So in short, if he misbehaves again, then he will end up back in court, and most likely he'll end up behind the door for insulting somebody, damaging their reputation, which in itself should be a civil matter. And it's yet another example of state overreach. We have a right to self-expression, albeit it shouldn't be unchecked if it's going to damage someone's reputation. And we also have the right to remain silent, which is something very important that I want to finish this off with. Time and time again, when you post online and you say something that is going to get you in grief with the communists, which, let's face it, this is what we're living in now, you're going to get a knock on the door. And what generally happens with people is they will incriminate themselves there and then. Oh, yes, I did put that, but I didn't really mean it to sound like that. I meant it to sound like this. Or, oh, I was angry. I really shouldn't have said it, and I deleted it afterwards. Yeah, I know I said that, but I really... Shut up. You have the right to remain silent under the English Constitution. Use it. Don't say anything. Don't give them an inch. If they offer you a cup of tea, no comment. Because the slightest little whisper, the slightest little morsel, and they will be all over you, and you'll end up in the situation that Joey Barton's just found himself in. Seriously, it's about education. It's about knowing your rights and using them if and when you find yourself in that position. Shut up. Can't put it any plainer than that. Let me know what you think in the comments about what I've just said about Joey Barton. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, share my stuff, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Toodaloo.